What is going on, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. And in today's show, I want to break down why I believe the New York Knicks should run it back next season. I know this is a big debate amongst Knicks fans. Should we go after a big star? Should we go after somebody that will take the Knicks over the top? Or should we simply retain the players already on this roster and load up, heal up, and go after a big-time run next season? Now, I'm not closed-minded to the idea of going after and getting help, obviously. There's a lot of names we can talk about, whether it's Mikal Bridges. I've heard people talk about Devin Booker. I mean, the list goes on and on and on about what player could fit this Knicks team and help them get over the hump. But I'm just here to tell you guys my opinion. What I saw from this season, how this Knicks team did what they did despite their injuries, and also keeping in mind how dominant the New York Knicks looked when we first acquired OG and we had Julius Randle healthy, and we were dominating the NBA, blowing out the Denver Nuggets by 40, going on like a 9-game winning streak. When we had Julius Randle healthy, when we had OG healthy, when we still had Josh Hart coming in off the bench, okay, I think that this Knicks team, when healthy, is dangerous. Now, it's not going to be easy to run it back because there's a lot of pending free agents on this roster. OG Anunoby is the first. There's a lot of reports out there saying that OG is expected to get a $35 million annual contract. Now, will the Knicks offer that? I think they will, because you don't trade RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickley and those assets for a player you don't want to retain long-term. Isaiah Hartenstein is another guy who is willing, unfortunately not under contract, and he's going to be looking to get paid. Now, the Knicks do have his rights, and they do have the ability to exceed the cap space the cap limit because of the rights that they have. But there could be another team that has a lot more cap room to offer Isaiah Hartenstein a bag. So it's going to be like there's only a max amount of dollars the Knicks can offer Isaiah Hartenstein. I believe it's around a $17 million contract annually. So that's something we got to keep in mind. It would be like a $68 million deal for 4 years is around the range that what the Knicks could offer. But there could be an opportunity for another team that has cap space and likes Isaiah Hartenstein enough to give him like $20 million per year, which would be a big contract for him, obviously, which would be around $80 million. So it's going to be up to Isaiah Hartenstein. Does he want to take less money to stay with the Knicks and build something special, or is he going to take more money and go elsewhere? Because there's only so much the Knicks can offer Isaiah Hartenstein. So the ball is going to be in his court. Precious Achiuwa is another player that the Knicks do not have a contract lined up with him. Alec Burks as well. But outside of that, the Knicks have everything that they need to load up and go crazy for next season. Now, some other things they have some decisions to make is the contract extensions. We talked about the Jalen Brunson news yesterday, that Jalen Brunson intends to sign a extension with the New York Knicks this season, which will be an absolutely big-time move for the Knicks for the long term. It would also commit Jalen Brunson here for 5 seasons. It would give the Knicks a lot more flexibility in the long term to build around him to go after a championship. So if Jalen Brunson does sign that extension this summer, that's big time. Also, have to give you guys the update. If you did not see, Jalen Brunson did have successful surgery on his left hand, and he's expected to get reevaluated in 6 to 8 weeks. So hopefully Jalen Brunson can heal up and be okay for training camp next season, which he will be. So that's good news there. Other contracts that are up for extension eligibility is Julius Randle. I think Julius Randle is a big name here that we have some Knicks fans saying trade him. We have some Knicks fans saying no, keep him. If you guys have been consistently watching me here on Knicks Media, you know where I stand on Julius Randle. I think that he is a big piece of this Knicks team, and I go into debates on Twitter about it with Knicks fans saying that the people that have said over and over again that the Knicks are a better team without Julius Randle is just so wrong, in my opinion. He makes this Knicks team more sustainable, where players don't have to play a lot of minutes, obviously. He can set up his playmakers, or set up his shooters, rather, on the perimeter, because when Julius Randle gets into the low post and he attacks the rim, it sucks the defense down low and opens up shooters. And we've seen Julius Randle be able to make the right pass. Is he perfect? Absolutely not. I'm not saying Julius Randle is a superstar, but Julius Randle, I think, was playing his best ball this season for the New York Knicks when Jalen Brunson has become the face of the New York Knicks. So you added Julius Randle with a, obviously, hopefully healthy OG Anunoby. I think that those two, paired up with the rest of the squad, is good enough to compete with anybody in the NBA. We were this close to go into the Eastern Conference Finals without Julius Randle, without Mitchell Robinson, without Bojan Bogdanovic. without Josh Hart playing at a full strength later in the series, without OG Anunoby, with Jalen Brunson going down. I mean, the injuries were so ridiculous to the point where I am all in on running it back. I really am, folks. Like, there's not a star out there. Like, I don't want to break up this bunch. I don't want to trade away anybody that's on the Villanova trio. I don't want Dante anywhere. I don't want Josh Hart anywhere. We know that Jalen Brunson's not going anywhere. I personally rather keep Julius Randle. We're like, oh, we need another star. We have another star. His name is Julius Randle. Now, yes, some people are going to say, well, Richie, he did not wake up in the playoffs. He has not proved himself. I had a feeling he was going to be so much better in the playoffs this year because the pressure is not all on him. Last year in the playoffs, he was dealing with an injury. He was trying to play through an ankle. Did not work out. 2 years ago when the Knicks were the 4th seed against the Hawks, Julius Randle carried that team. We had no reason to be a 4th seed. Elfrid Payton was our point guard. How do we even get there in the first place? So I think that the way this Knicks team is constructed, if you can give me a lineup of Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, you re-sign Isaiah Hartenstein, and then you have a bench unit that consists of Deuce McBride, Josh Hart, Mitchell Robinson, and Bojan Bogdanovic, who's under contract. Tell me that does not scream like an absolutely deep contending roster. Jalen Brunson has elevated himself as one of the top point guards in the NBA. He has proved to be a 1A. He has proved to be that he is able to be the best player on a championship caliber team, in my opinion. And unfortunately, the injuries around Jalen Brunson, he had to elevate his game to superhero stardom, and he was able to do it. Let's not forget what we just witnessed from Jalen Brunson in the playoffs. The guy was doing things that we have not seen since Michael Jordan and LeBron James. 2 of the all-time greats. That's what Jalen Brunson just did in the NBA postseason. And there's still room for him to get better. This is the beginning. Brunson's in the prime of his career. This is the time to go all in. And I think the Knicks should go all in by just retaining everybody. Giving OG the contract. OG Anunoby, it has an injury concern. Absolutely, yes. But I'm so willing to make the risk because when he's on the court, the Knicks are so hard to beat. The Knicks are like 26-5 when OG played. Do I have to say that again? What more proof do you need of OG's impact? I get it. He needs to prove to stay healthy, but bro, the man came to this Knicks team and provided immediate impact so fast. So fast. So folks, welcome to the show. My name is Richie. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Wednesday. It's May 22nd. Hope you guys are having a fantastic, fantastic day. The sun is out. The weather is beautiful. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show, folks. We greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. I always appreciate you guys. Bob Builder in the chat says, I still love Tibs, but I hope this season is a sign to him to lower player minutes throughout the season. I feel like all the minutes caught up with the players and led to the injuries. Bob, there's a reason why there was a lot of minutes. Because of the injuries. The minutes was not because of the injuries. The minutes increased when injuries started to happen. Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle did not even lead the NBA in minutes per game. I hate this narrative. It's not true. The narrative of Thibodeau running his players into the ground, it's not true. In the playoffs, of course, he's going to play his guys a lot of minutes, especially when you have all the injuries. I promise you, if the Knicks were fully healthy this season, those minutes would not have been that way. Okay? If we look back into the regular season, these players were not playing these types of minutes. When they were fully healthy, nobody was playing like that. McBride had some good moments, but has he hit his ceiling? I don't think so. I think we're just seeing the beginning of Deuce. This was a breakout year. You think he's not going to get better? This was his opportunity to show that he could step up at big moments. Now, was he 100% on every single game in the playoffs? No, he was not. He's still a young player. But I think Deuce McBride proved to me that he is able to step up in the big moments. He had big playoff moments, as you said, Carlos. I think that we did not see his ceiling. I think consistency from Deuce is key. I'm referring to the regular season. Playoffs is a different story. 100%, you're right. Yeah, man, I understand, Bob. I even think in the regular season, he did not play these guys that many minutes. That's my point, you know? Randle is a bum. He need to be traded. He never stay healthy. I mean, come on, bro. He never stays healthy. This is his first year. He finished the season with a season-ending injury. Are we going to forget the season where he played, 82 games for the Knicks? Get out of here with this nonsense. Randle's not a bum. And anybody that says that, I have no problem pushing back. I really don't. I think it's so disrespectful for some Knicks fans to say that. I don't know if you're a Knicks fan. I mean, you're a Bears fan, so you're probably not even a Knicks fan. Mike says the Tibs narrative is because it's lazy media trying to push it, like how Justin Jefferson was seeing the Jets. Yeah, I mean, hey, welcome to New York, right? Run it back. You know it. Samuel's in the chat. What's up, Richie? But we had a great season because we were in 4th place season. We were in 11th place, and then we were in 5th place. And this evening, we were in 2nd place. Yeah, we're just getting better and better and better. Tom Thibodeau should get an extension, as well as the rest of the team, hopefully. I can't crush Randle for getting hurt. If anything, he could learn to protect himself better. Yeah, I mean, come on. That was a fluke injury. He went out for a layup and landed on his shoulder. I mean, it's fluke. Knicks go push for McCall. Now, this is a guy that a lot of Knicks fans want. We talked about it yesterday. If they want to make it happen, they could make it happen. That's for sure. They have the assets. The New York Knicks have all the draft picks they need. Y'all got far without Randle, then with Randle, stop it. You don't know sports. Give me a break, bro. So you're telling me with Julius Randle, I mean, I don't even know why I'm pushing back. This is just nonsense. I mean, you don't know sports if you think Julius Randle is not helping this Knicks team be more sustainable, not asking Jalen Brunson to go up and put 40 points a game, not asking Josh Hart to play 48 minutes a game, not asking Dante DiVincenzo. I mean, give me a break, bro. You're exposing yourself. It's sad, honestly. You don't think Randle on this team is going to help this Knicks team. I hate that narrative. They went so far without Julius Randle. What makes you think they wouldn't go further with him? What makes you think the Knicks are not in the Eastern Conference Finals right now with Julius Randle? Did you not watch the games with OG and Julius Randle on the court together? 14-2. So I'm so sick of people coming out here and pretending that the Knicks are a better team without Randle because it's false. There is a literal sample size of what the Knicks look like with Jalen Brunson and OG and Randle and the rest of the guys. Of course, DiVincenzo and Josh Hart. The Knicks dominated. They never looked as good as they have since Randle went down. Have they been able to win without Randle? Yeah, that's because of how deep this Knicks team is. But can you imagine Randle with all the depth still? I mean, give me a break, bro. Give me a break. You literally don't know. Second seed with no Randle, no Mitch. Imagine with them. Imagine with them. Exactly. My point. So that's why it drives me nuts. Because what Julius Randle does is irreplaceable. Name a player that could put up 25, 10, and 5. Name a player. Oh, I'll give you one. Nikola Jokic. That's who can give you 25, 10, and 5. There's no one in the NBA that can do that. I'm just saying. Like, people that take Randle for granted are just like, I don't get it. I don't. He's not a perfect player. He has his ups and downs in his Knicks career, for sure. But come on now. Steve Love with the $2. Don't like JR, but want to see us with Randle. Who's JR? Appreciate you, Steve, for the $2 super chat. I don't know who. Am I missing something? Are you referring to Julius Randle? Don't like Julius Randle, but I want to see us with Randle. Is that what you mean, Steve? Just clarify. I don't know who. Julius Randle. Okay, so JR is Julius Randle. So Steve does not like Julius, but he does want to see us with Randle. Okay. I hear you, Steve. Listen, he's not the perfect player. I'm not sitting here convincing you guys he should be the superstar. There's a reason why Jalen Brunson is here. There's a reason why. Sports Nation Clip says, I know it's a long shot, Richie, my friend, and I am your biggest fan, and you actually inspired us to start our own podcast, and it would be an honor to have you on a special guest. Yeah, man, I love to hop on. Whenever you want, reach out to me. I love to hop on any show. Appreciate you reaching out, my friend. Good luck with your podcast, my man. Glad I could be any type of inspiration. It's a lot of fun. Because he's been missing the playoffs, I want to give him another chance. Absolutely. Absolutely. Run it back. Run it back, Turbo. Come on now, Knicks fans. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button on your way into the show. I appreciate you guys tuning in. How about that Celtics-Pacers game, round one? Did you guys even watch it? Because, I'll be honest, I didn't even watch the game. I don't know. I did see what happened. I watched the highlights. But there's game one of the Western Conference Finals, Mavs Timberwolves. Let me know in the chat who you guys got in the Western Conference Finals. You see the Timberwolves are 4.5-point favorites tonight in game number one on BetUS Sportsbook, the official sportsbook sponsor of Knicks Media. If you guys want to sign up and open your account for BetUS, if you have not already, you guys can click the link down below in the description. I'll also pin it in the top of the chat for you guys if you did not sign up and open up your account for BetUS yet. Again, you sign up by using my link. You will receive a 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,500. My favorite feature of BetUS is they have a fast 24-hour payout, and they have 24/7 customer service. If you want to make your bets through the phone, it's really old school feel. Please bet responsibly, folks. Now, in game two, the Celtics are 9-point favorites after it going to overtime and then blowing them out in overtime. But I really am curious to see if the Mavericks can pull this out. I think the Mavericks are a dark horse to win it all. I really do. It's going to be tough because Anthony Edwards and Cat, that team defensively is ridiculous, okay? But I like that. I really do like the Mavs as the underdogs. Now, they do have other options on the BetUS site, NBA championship odds. They got the Celtics as the favorite at -170 to win it all. The Timberwolves are at +265. They got the Mavs at +500, and they are giving the Pacers no chance to win it all at +3,300. They are giving the Pacers zero shot of winning the title. So if you guys want to place your bets on BetUS Sportsbook, you guys know where to do it by now. Shout out to BetUS.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
BetUS, where the game begins. Now, let me know your guys' thoughts. Who you got coming out of the West? Let me know who you guys are coming out of the West right now in the chat. Let me know. You got the Timberwolves. You got Dallas. I think we all know who we think is coming out of the East. But who do you guys coming out of the West? Samuel says, I would say Timberwolves versus Pacers. Wow. Sam sees the Pacers. I mean, the Pacers played a good game last night. So they just got to steal one on the road. For the Pacers to win that series, they must win game 2. There's no way the Pacers are going to win that series unless they win game 2, in my opinion. They overcame an 0-2 hole against the Knicks, but I don't think they can overcome an 0-2 hole against the Celtics, personally. Minnesota, they have the all-around team. I agree. Dallas is just interesting because of that backcourt is just dynamic, right? I mean, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving is something. It's something. Seeing how the Celtics play, they do not look impressive at all, which is so sad. So sad. Because I want the Knicks to be taking on the Celtics with a healthy team. Oh, we should be talking about the Knicks. All right, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to get my emotions all tied up. Paul says Knicks should re-sign all their players if possible and then trade Bojan and picks for either Bridges or Murray. Adding one of them without trading any key players is the missing piece. Yeah, I'm curious how that would work out financially, but that's a perfect world scenario for me. Healthy Knicks equals championship, which is why I want them to run it back, baby. Wolves, Celtics finals, Wolves champions. Hey, I like that. Brunson taking a pay cut makes him more than a superstar. He's our hero. I love this. He is our hero. He's our hero. Jalen Brunson for president. Pacers are going to get swept. They are a fake team. I would love that. I would love for them to get swept. Oh, my gosh. But I hate the Celtics, so I'm like, do I want the Celtics to be the one to sweep them? Should have been us. Miguel with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate this big time. Everybody give my man Miguel some dono hype in the chat right now. Dono hype in the chat from Miguel. How do you feel about adding Alex Caruso if possible? Hey, Alex Caruso is a perfect fit for what the Knicks are doing. I'm just saying. I don't know who he would replace, But you're talking about an all-defensive player. Pesky, he is a prototypical Tom Thibodeau type of piece. Again, I don't know what he would have to replace like a Deuce McBride off the bench. And we could afford it. Deuce is getting paid pennies. And if we can get Caruso, I don't know. I would be open to this. This is one player that I think could add. Like, remember last year when the Knicks didn't really add anybody, but they just got Dante DiVincenzo, and some people were a little underwhelmed? Now look at what Dante is. He's getting underpaid. Dante, we have him locked up for 3 years. He's getting paid $11 million per year. Bro, that is ridiculous. He should be getting paid $20, $25 million per year. The Knicks have so many contracts for a bargain, and they got to keep up with that. So let me know in the chat what you guys think of Miguel's question about Alex Caruso. Let me know, guys. Miguel, again, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. It means a lot to the channel. How much do you think OG will get paid? I'm thinking $35 a year. Yeah, I think that's the ballpark of what OG's expecting. The question is, will the Knicks give him that? I think they will. I think the Knicks are going to give him that. $35 million per year. Let me see. 35 mil. Yeah, so like $140 million for 4 years for OG. I can see that. I can definitely see that happening. For sure. So we shall see. We shall see. So, folks, we're going to wrap up the show here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another show here on Knicks Media. Plan on doing more shows like this consistently throughout the weeks. And the off-season coverage will not end. Oh, we got a super chat before we get out of here. Hey, Richie, will you be following the New York Rangers? I'll be honest, I'm not really into hockey. That's the one sport I did not grow up on. I'm a baseball, football, basketball fan. Knicks, Jets, Mets. I did not really grow up in a hockey household. I never really... I mean, I'll be rooting for the Rangers. I have nothing against the Rangers, but I'm not going to be like watching them and actively rooting them for them. So, yeah, I won't be reporting on them if that's what you're asking. But go Rangers. Let's go Rangers. Absolutely. So that's that. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'll see you guys at probably tomorrow or Friday for another show here on Knicks Media. I love you all. Peace and love as always. Let's go Knicks. Hit the like button on your way out. I appreciate the 3 super chats we got today from Steve, Miguel, and Bob. Appreciate you 3. Shout out to the chat. Let's go Knicks. Peace out, guys.